Guys, I wanted to do a quick video to talk about our campground rating system. Now, we do a lot of campground reviews, and at the end of typically at the end of the review video, we usually show our campground rating, and I wanted to explain it, because everyone's campground rating is probably going to be different because everyone has different criteria of the things that are important to them. So I just wanted to explain ours so that when you see our rating, you kind of understand where it's coming from. So the first thing that Miko and I did was we sat down and we said, okay, what is important to us? And these were the things that we came up with. Now, the first thing that we do is we check out the cell reception and the Wi-Fi situation. We have an online business, we have the YouTube channel, so having good connectivity while we're on the road is very important to us. Now, we use our cell phones, so we have a cell phone booster in the rig, but then if there is Wi-Fi at the campsite, that's just a plus. So everywhere that we go, we will see how many bars that we have with the booster and without the booster. I have Verizon service and Miko has AT&T service, so we rate both of them, and then whichever one is better, we will use that service. And then the Wi-Fi, we will just say, okay, if the campsite has Wi-Fi or not, if it's paid Wi-Fi, if it's free, things of that nature. So those are some of the first things that we check out when we go to a campsite. So here is our actual criteria, and I'm going to go over each one. So the first one is activities. Does that campground have something there in the actual campground to do? Does it have walking trails? Does it have a lake where you can go kayaking, or you can go, have the paddle boats, or something like that? And now, I say that because when we first started camping, we exclusively went to state parks. So we are used to being in a place that has a lot of activities right there at the site. So for us, that is something that we look for, whether we are at a state park or whether we are at an RV park or resort. So if they have some type of activities, like I said, the walking trails, kayaking, things like that, they will get a check. The next thing is tree cover. Once again, we started out in state parks, so we are used to having a nice site that is full of trees and where we have shade and things of that nature. And you will have that in some campgrounds, and then with some campgrounds it'll basically just be just a flat field that's been where all the trees have been removed and there's absolutely no shade. It's just kind of a mixed bag. So if they have tree cover, they will get a check for us, definitely. The third one is amenities. So those are your on-site amenities, such as a pool, a clubhouse, a basketball court, a pickleball court, things of that nature. Activities on-site. Now we list these separately from these activities, which are kind of more, I guess these are the more physical activities, like a walking trail, a lake, things of that nature. So these are your amenities. If they have amenities, they will get a check. The next category is park condition. Now, you'll go to some RV parks and they will be in excellent shape. You can tell that they maintain it very well, and then you'll go to some where that is just not the case. So if the park condition is good, we give them a check. The next category is Wi-Fi, cable, and OTA. So we talked about Wi-Fi a little bit before, but we kind of expect, there to be something. If sometimes you will have cable TV that is available at the park. If not, they at least need to have good over-the-air channels. So either one or the other, or they need to have Wi-Fi that is hopefully free at the park, or at least paid and available. I mean, we have actually been to some RV parks where they didn't have cable, they didn't have Wi-Fi, and you could not get over-the-air channels. So, you were really kind of stuck. And it's not that we wouldn't camp there. It's just I wouldn't necessarily want to stay there for like 2 weeks. right? That may be a short stay. The next one is location to attractions. Our rule of thumb is within about 20 minutes. So if you say that if you're like 20 minutes from Disney, then yeah, I'd say you have good access to Disney. If you're 45 minutes from Disney, I don't necessarily consider that, close to the attraction. So the next one is the site itself. The perfect site for us would be one that is leveled, that would have like a cement, stone, or paver type of patio with a picnic table and a fire ring. That's kind of the expectation that we have for a site. If it has most of those things, then fine, it'll get a check. But sometimes the site will be very uneven. It won't have a picnic table, won't have a fire ring, things of that nature, so it will not get a check. The next thing is cell reception. If we go somewhere and there is no cell reception, you will not get a check. Next category is cost. Our rule of thumb is $30 or less. We say that because we have a lot of campground memberships, so most places that we go, we don't actually have to pay for the site. Or if we go through our Passport America, it's usually in the $20 to $25 a night range. So with all the camping that we do, so many nights per year, we try to stick to those type of camping, costs. If we have to pay more than say $30 a night, then we consider that for our budget expensive. So we do not give a check for that. And then the last category is full hookups or honey wagon. They need to have one or the other. If that is not available, then we're probably only going to camp there for no more than 2 to 3 nights, because we do not like to move our rig once we are in a location. So this is our criteria, and let me show this just as an example. So everywhere that we camp, we do the rating, and so this is a particular location, and what we will typically do is we will take a picture of the information so that we have it with us, and we will do our rating and give our checks. And so this particular campground got 3.5 stars out of 5. We gave the information here on how good the streaming was. So we said the Wi-Fi itself was good. We were actually able to stream Hulu and Netflix, so that's pretty good Wi-Fi, and that was actually free at this location. The cell phone reception was good. We had 3 bars, so we had enough bars to do what we needed to do. Now, this campground did not have tree cover. They did not have any walking trails or lake, and it was about $50 a night. But we have been to this campground actually several times. It's a beautiful location, and it is one that we do like, even though it didn't get 5 stars. It had enough for us to go back. So anyway, this is our criteria explained. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments, and thanks for your time.
Be sure to check out our camping apparel and accessories at shopredsquare.com. We also sell on Etsy and Amazon. The links will be in the description. Thank you.